It's time for Kids Corner! Yay!
Hey everyone, thanks for coming back for another Kids Corner. Hey, I've got a question for you. Here's my first question. This is a math question. What does 2 plus 1 equal? What does 2 plus 1 equal? See, in order to equal what's on this side, I've got to get the same thing over here, right? Well, 2 plus 1, if we put the same thing over here, then we'll say that 2 plus 1, see, 2 plus 1 equals 4. All right, 2 plus 1 equals 4. So that's the first question. All right, next question. What is, little box right here, and right there. What do you think that is? Well, you see, that is somebody in a band practicing their trombone inside their locker. That's what that is right there. Or this one. What do you think that one is? That is a really short guy who's in a band practicing his trombone in the locker. Or this one right here. And like that. You know what that one is right there? That is a guy with a really big hat riding a bicycle from an airplane. See, look, see, there's the hat and the bicycle. Yeah, okay, all right. And then if we do this, that's a guy with a really big hat riding a bicycle into a puddle of water. So he's about to go for a bath right there. Maybe you need to take a bath. I don't know. Maybe it's bath day at your home. Okay, all right. Enough silliness right there. I am so glad that you are back for another Kids Corner. We're going to go ahead and turn the page on our very helpful artistic drawings here. I'm just going to turn that for us. We're actually going to do a little bit more drawing, but I want to give you a verse first. This is the first verse in the Bible, and it's the verse that we're focusing on today. It's Genesis 1:1. If you know that verse, say it with me now. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That simply means that as you look around, God made everything that you see. He made you. He made your brothers and sisters, your parents, your aunts and uncles, your grandmas, your grandpas. He made the world around us. He made the trees. He made the oceans. He made the mountains. He made the animals. He made everything. And because God made everything, that means He's in charge of everything. Let me just kind of give us a little illustration here. I'm going to draw a picture, but it's going to be kind of a funny looking picture. I'm going to draw a picture of a guy named Bob. Bob has a blue circle for his head. You ever known anybody with a blue circle for a head? He's kind of a funny looking guy. But you know what? Because I'm making Bob, I think I want Bob to have one green eye and one pink eye. Not like pink eye when you're sick pink eye, but okay, he's getting pretty funny looking here, and Bob needs some hair, so we're going to give him some orange hair. He's got some spiky hair, and I guess maybe we'll give him some eyebrows too. A little bit worried looking there. I'd be worried too if somebody were trying to draw me. So we've got Bob with his orange hair and eyebrows. How about a handlebar mustache for Bob too? There we go. And we're going to say that Bob has a yellow, well, yellow won't show up too well. Bob's going to have a purple nose. Okay, so we've got purple-nosed Bob with a mustache, and we'll give him a red mouth right here, and he's surprised at something. So he's like saying, Wow, that's so amazing. All those kids out there in Kids Corner. And see, Bob kind of, he's shaped a little bit funny. You see, he's skinny all the way down, but one leg goes out that way and one leg goes out this way like a karate chop. So we'll say hi-ya. Okay, there we go. So we've got Bob that way. And then Bob has one arm that's like Pastor Nathan's, and it is really, really skinny, and he uses that arm to say hi. And then he's got another arm over here, and this arm has a great big muscle. That's going to be my attempt at a big muscle arm. And with that arm, he says, Ugga. Okay, so here's Bob, our kind of goofy looking guy here. Now, I have a question. Do you know why Bob has orange hair? It's because I drew Bob, I made him, and I decided that he'd have orange hair. Do you know why he's got one leg going down normally and one leg saying, hi-ya? Well, that's because I drew him, and I kind of thought it'd be fun to give him a karate leg and a muscle arm on this side and a regular leg and a skinny arm on that side because I made him. Well, the Bible says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God made everything. And that means a couple of things. That means he's in charge. That means he gets to make the rules. See, if I wanted to make a rule for Bob that he would have pink hair, I could have given him pink hair. And if I wanted to give him a rule that he'd have 3 eyes, I could have given him another eye. I made Bob, and therefore I get to make the rules for Bob. God made everything, and so God gets to make the rules for everything. God made you, and that means that God gets to make the rules for you. We said last time that sin is anything I think, anything I say, anything I do that breaks God's law. Well, God's given us some laws. He's given us some laws that we're not to lie. He's given you a law, and all of us that are children at one point in lives, a law to obey our parents. And even when we're grown, we're still to honor our parents. That might look differently for some people than others, but we're still to honor them. He's told us that we're not to steal. And he's given us a number of other laws. And we talked last time about how when we break God's law, that's called sin. But today, I just want us to understand that because God made everything, that means that God is in charge of everything. And by the way, parents, these next few kids' corners, if you want to look ahead at something called 2 ways to live, 2 ways to live, or else you could look up Matthias, Matthias, Matthias Media. And the first thing that we see is that God made everything, and so God is in charge. And I want you to understand just a couple things about the fact that God made everything and he's in charge today. First, it means that he's in charge of you. So boys and girls, we've got to do things God's way because he's in charge. And what we're going to find out is that we haven't really done things God's way, and that is very dangerous and puts us in a very bad spot. God made everything, so he's in charge. Maybe you understand that, but maybe you have this in life. Maybe you wish you were taller than you are. Maybe you see a friend in another family, and sometimes you get to thinking, boy, that family has a lot of fun. I think I'd like to be a part of that family. Well, wait a minute, boys and girls. God made you the height that you are. God put you in the family that you're in. And since God made everything and He's in charge, we've got to trust Him that He's made us the right height and given us the right strength and given us the right minds and the right maybe singing or instrument playing abilities or the right sports playing abilities. God made you just the way He wanted to. Now here's the great thing about God. God is a way better creator than me. This goofy looking picture of Bob, it's just gonna probably get torn up and thrown in the trash here in a few minutes because it's kind of a crazy looking picture and I don't want it on my wall and I know you don't want it on yours. But God made you amazingly. So God made you. He's in charge of you. We've got to do things His way. But we're going to find out soon that that really hasn't happened. And that brings trouble. God made you. He's in charge of you. Thanks for coming along for another Kids Corner. We'll see you next time.